Hello, everyone. This is Rudiger. Let's talk drill. Now, drill has been my favorite genre for a better part of a decade now, I'd say. Um, I first off, I'm from San Antonio. I live in San Antonio, so I can only come from entirely from a fan's perspective. As far as I don't know who the hell killed who. I don't know who's responsible for what, all that. You know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, I enjoy the music, even though they're, you know, talking nonsense and about others, people who are not even here to defend themselves anymore. I mean, I don't condone the behavior. I don't think that it's right and none of that. But I mean, it's part of the song, you know. Like I said, I'm only a fan. Well, speaking from a fan's perspective, as I said, I'm not gonna sit here and debate about who killed who and who's. You know, I'm not gonna do all that. I want to know, like, there's been an issue I've had. It's been nagging the hell out of me about something that is considered pretty much gospel at this point as far as the drill culture goes. And I mean, as you can see, I'm influenced and inspired by other vloggers to be doing this, Trenches News especially. um, Shout out to Swiper, shout out to CSP, X-Man Rico, Hookah Anonymous, DJ Academics, DJ Vlad, Adam22. All of these people are the ones that I listen to on a pretty daily basis, you know. And yeah, I want to get to, yeah, like that TV. Yeah, don't know what to say after that. After you answer my question. Anyway, um, I I've been a fan of the drill culture for quite some time, and I've never come across something that I'm wondering why is it this way? Like, why? Because first of all, the subject of today's upload is going to be FBG Duck. May he rest in peace. However, there's something that's been bothering me about something Duck claims wholeheartedly, even. And I mean, I guess other people back his story up in a sense, kind of. But I was just wondering because maybe nobody's ever bothered to ask this question. But in Chicago drill, in the Chicago drill, people got their phone out for everything. Their phone is always out. The camera's always on. Like I see, there's pictures of people that are fucking scratching their ass and not even knowing the camera's on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many people with so many phones, so many cameras out all the time, right? Now, they're out so frequently that there's been even murders caught on camera, on cell phone footage, just by chance. But because the camera's always out, the percentage goes up, and that's why it is that way. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because I'm not too familiar. I'm not too sure if it's a DJ Vlad interview or a Zach TV interview. Rest in peace, Zach. I don't know. I don't know which one of them the two is. It's one of those though, where Duck, uh, he says about Tuca. Sean Doug Gregory. Rest in peace. Poor kid, man. Poor young kid, man. Um, he says that was one of my best friends. Like me and him clicked. Like I would spend the night at his house. He spent the night at mine. Well, he says that, but mind you, there's pictures of King Von and Lil Mark hanging out together, right? There's pictures of FYBJ Main and even C-Day. And they, in this picture, are pretty close to each other. Like, say they're kids. They're real young, though. He's real young. Nevertheless, my point is the camera is always rolling, right? Like, for real. Well, if Duck claims to have been Tuca's best friend, like the buddy so well, why doesn't a picture of them two exist? Why is it that they don't ever have a picture of them two together? Hell, there's not very many pictures of Tuka to begin with. But however, there's people with pictures with him, right? I think I've seen a picture of him and Jakira do it with each other, hanging out together. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like there is in fact people that, but there's not one of Duck and Tuka together ever. I've never seen one. Now the reason I bring this up is because on the cool, like I said, I'm a fan, and maybe perhaps I don't even know any better, but I kind of feel like Duck just used Tuka's death to possibly establish a career. Now, hear me out, because I know this could be offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive, but it can be. I understand that. I'm not calling Duck a liar, so to speak. Well, I mean, not a liar so much as he just made this entire thing up. So maybe he's not a liar. I just think he lied. You know what I mean? Like, because on the other side of the track, so to speak, of the beef going on is Chief Keef, right? Lil Durk and them, that side. And especially I think Chief Keef was laying heavy at this time where he was dissing the shit out of Tuka. Dissing him. Got so bad. So I perhaps maybe Duck was just like, hey, you ain't gonna be talking about my friend. Yeah, matter of fact, you was my best friend. Ah, fuck that. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he didn't. I feel like they weren't even that close, but I think that because they were talking shit and because they were blowing up on the shit talking, that I think that Duck came at them with that. Like all of a sudden they're best friends. All of a sudden they know each other type shit. Like because they ain't never been a picture of them together. And if y'all was best friends, you ain't got a picture with you and your best friend. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So why is that? And I kind of feel like he just to provide furtherance to a career, so to speak, did that. He wanted to find a reason to talk shit because he had to do something. He had to put his name on the map somehow, and I think that's what he did. I'm just saying. Who knows? But if any of the vloggers that I mentioned earlier, the ones that influenced me to do such a thing, if anybody could provide an answer for this, I think if anyone could probably be Chicago Scene 88 because Chicago Scene 88's fucking Batman. So like, that guy's got to probably have it. He's got to have a picture, if anyone does. But I'm just wondering that because everybody and their mama knows that y'all in Chicago, people take pictures with each other all the time. Hell, there's a picture of Duck hanging out with I can't remember who it might be Dutchy and them, but they're hanging out in a fucking restroom. And I'm not talking about a public restroom. I'm talking about multiple stalls and there, multiple urine, what they call uh, the things against the wall, the fucking urinator. What the fuck? I can't remember their names now. Anywho, we take a piss against the wall. Oh, that shit. Well, there's none of that. It's a damn apartment with a goddamn shower curtain type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a restroom, and Duck's sitting on the top of the toilet. Not like he's taking got his pants down or nothing. He's just sitting there like a chair, with the other two dudes leaning against the sink. Why are y'all hanging out in a restroom like that, bro? But you can take that picture, right? But you can't take one of you and Tuka back in the day. The fuck? So I want to make that claim. I'm gonna put the claim out into the universe saying that I think Duck was capping on that. He was full of shit on that, bro. And I don't think anyone's ever said it. So maybe I'm wrong. I'd be at first. So perhaps somebody can get to me with that. I think that's pretty much gonna be all I want to post on the first one because I'm just new to this shit and I've been pretty big inspiration by Trenches News especially. But I feel like I got a lot of wisdom to discuss as far as a fan's perspective could possibly go. But these are just things that you pick up on. You can kind of analyze what's right and what's wrong. As you get older, you'll realize that that's what you got to do when you hear the stories people tell you. That you got to kind of weed out what's true and what's not. And I kind of feel like this isn't true. I don't feel like Duck and Tuka were that close at all. I kind of feel like Duck just used him to have a reason to be mad at the other side, even though they've given him plenty. But I feel like he had to have something, because they were in fact blowing up on talking shit about Tuka like that. That's somebody can't do his defense. Sure, that's fine. That's all good, well and great. That's all and great. Right? And now the reason that I can call these things into character is because FBG Brick, rest in peace, was telling Zach TV one time too. He said, "Hey, do you represent Tuckerville?" That, oh yeah, to the fullest. Like, man, he was my little homie, man. He got my homie. He got killed. Never did nothing to nobody. He says it. He says that plain as day. Yet it says "Rest in Peace, Lieutenant Tuka" on his shirt. Like, why are y'all doing that? He was 15 years old. Brick said he never did anything to nobody. How the fuck he gonna be a lieutenant? You know what I'm saying? So that's why that came into question to begin with. I'm only basing my questions and my analysis off of things that I see with my own eyes. And I can't assume anything, but I'm just saying I never came across no picture with them together. I don't know why you want to be calling somebody Lieutenant Tuka when he's only 15 years old and he never did anything to nobody. I kind of feel like y'all was hyping him up, trying to put a jacket on him that didn't quite fit. So, I don't know. I'm not saying nothing else, though. So, hopefully I can get an answer out of somebody. I mean, I've messaged plenty of people. Nope, nobody ever listens to Rudiger. So, all right, guys. Hopefully somebody sees this and relays the message. I'll holler at y'all later.